Hey everybody, it's Jay. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to show you some great places to shoot in Connecticut. I don't live in Connecticut. I'm pretty close, but my dad does. And so whenever I'm going to Connecticut as a photographer, I've got my camera with me. And as an insomniac, I'm usually up at some ungodly, stupid early hour to shoot the sunrise. And so I bring my camera with me and usually do some shooting before I see my dad. So I thought I'd put a video together to show you some of my favorite places to shoot. Know that I didn't say the best places to shoot in Connecticut. That might make better clickbait, 10 best places to shoot in Connecticut, but I think that would be a little presumptuous of me. And so these are just places that I've shot over the years that I really do like. Before I jump into it, just three things. The first is, if you like the video, make sure you give me a thumbs up. It'd be most appreciated. And if you like this kind of content and you want to see more, just make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future videos. Secondly, if you happen to be a Connecticut photographer, or someone who lives in Connecticut who enjoys photography, make sure you check out Milford Photo in Milford, Connecticut. It kind of combines the selection of a very big photo shop with the service you might get from a much smaller shop. And they do everything. They'll do printing and framing. They'll even teach you how to use your camera. I'm not getting paid for this, by the way, but I happened to be there a couple weeks ago, and I'm really trying to support, as most of us are, small local businesses. So check out Milford Photo. Lastly, this is not some exhaustive list of great places to shoot in Connecticut. So if you have places that you like shooting and places you've had success getting great images, put a comment down below, because I can learn from it and others can as well. So with that, let's get into it. So Connecticut has about 100 miles of coastline, and there are tons of beaches, from tiny private beaches to the biggest state beach, which is Hammonasset. Milford, Connecticut has a number of beaches, most of which you can get access to, especially around sunrise when no one else is around. At low tide, there are some great tidal pools that provide really nice reflections to shoot, and several old pilings that make for nice subjects, especially when you're using long exposures. Since the shorelines generally face south, sunrise shots are normally best in winter, but you have to be brave to bear those frigid temperatures then. Some of the other beaches I've shot include beaches at Branford, Stratford, Westport, Connecticut, where Campo Beach is a great spot to shoot. Overall, it's nice to be on the shore and shooting the sunrise there. So anyone that has followed my work for some time has probably figured out that I really like to shoot fishing piers. And I've done it all over the country, but there are a number of great fishing piers in Connecticut that make for good photo subjects. So my favorite is the pier at Walnut Beach in Milford, Connecticut. I generally like to go there if I can at high tide, at sunrise, and obviously hope I get a beautiful, colorful sky. Parking is normally very easy at that hour. I've never had a problem finding a spot and making my way to the beach. Also in Milford is Gulf Beach, where the fishing pier points due west, and that makes it a great subject for sunset shooting. Right next door to Milford is West Haven, and there are a number of jetties and piers that can make for good subjects. Probably at sunrise is the best time to go there. In Norwalk, Connecticut, one of my favorite piers is Calf Pasture Beach. There's a pier there that has been renovated and bends out towards Long Island Sound, and again is a great spot for sunrise. I've shot that a number of times, always came away with some good images. So Fayerweather Lighthouse has been around for over 200 years and was recently renovated. I think the best place to shoot this lighthouse from is in the Black Rock area of Bridgeport, and if you pick the right time of day and the right time of year, the sunrise will align really nicely from this location. You can also shoot it from an area near Seaside Beach in Bridgeport. You just need to drive down Barnum Avenue and you'll shoot it from a different angle, but you get some pretty cool shots from that location as well. In the northern part of Connecticut, you will find Saville Dam, which is at the base of Barkhamsted Reservoir. And there's a very cool structure right on the edge of the dam. I guess it's a water tower of some sort. I happened to be up at that spot on a really foggy morning, which added to the mood. And so I got some pretty cool images when I was up there. Last year, in the midst of the coronavirus quarantine, I discovered a really nice park in Brookfield, Connecticut. It's called Happy Landings. I grew up in Connecticut. I never heard of this place. But there's a great old-fashioned windmill up there, and you get some lone trees up on a rise that allow for some nice minimalist images. You can shoot facing east, so being up there at sunrise can provide a nice colorful backdrop if you're lucky enough. And I got some pretty cool shots when I was up there. No one else was around. I was there by myself, so I felt safe and fortunate to be there at a nice sunrise. I do a fair amount of architectural photography, and my favorite architectural image in Connecticut was taken at Landmark Square in downtown Stamford. This is a fantastic 1970s office tower with really wonderful lines. Parking can be kind of tricky, so get there early on a Sunday morning like I did, and it makes your life quite a bit easier. So Connecticut has some really great waterfalls. I definitely cannot list them here, or it would take me way too long. But I want to talk about some of my favorites, one of which is Enders Falls, which you're seeing here. It has a series of waterfalls. You can wander up and down the stream pretty easily, getting some shots from different angles. That's a great place to stop. Another spot I want to highlight is Riga Falls. Riga Falls is up in the northwestern part of the state. Not very easy to get to. There's a long dirt road you have to drive down, a bit of a steep hike to get down to it. But once you get there, it is a fantastic spot to shoot, and I recommend trying to get there at some point. Another spot that I've gone to several times, which I really like, is Buttermilk Falls. Buttermilk Falls also has a series of waterfalls, and each part of the falls is really somewhat different. I've gone there in the winter, I've gone there in the fall. The shots you're seeing now is from my last visit in the fall, but pretty easy parking and not a long hike to get there, so highly recommend Buttermilk Falls. Another falls that I've been to, and it's very popular, is Kent Falls. Get there early, it gets very crowded, but you do get a lot of different shots, both at the top of the falls and at the bottom of the falls. Lastly, I just want to mention Southford Falls in Southford, Connecticut. Not only do you have a nice stream and some waterfalls, but you got a really nice covered bridge, which can be a great spot to shoot both in the fall and in the winter. Like most photographers, I love to shoot fall foliage, and Connecticut is a wonderful place to shoot foliage. My favorite area of the state, and I've been around, but my favorite area of the state is Litchfield County. And a good place to start is actually Lake Warramug. It's a big lake, it's incredibly picturesque, and as you drive around the lake, the view changes, the light can change. Every time I've gone there, I've gotten some pretty good shots. A spot that I actually just discovered this year is Lover's Leap State Park. There is an incredible iron bridge there. There's great hiking trails, and you could shoot from the bridge. You can shoot the bridge itself from a different spot. When I was there, I didn't quite hit peak fall foliage colors, but I did come away with some pretty good shots, and I definitely plan on going back there. Really, I've gotten some of my best foliage shots in Litchfield County just driving around, getting lost, keeping my eyes open, pulling over when I needed to, and shooting. It is just incredibly picturesque and a great place to visit in the fall. While there is great natural beauty in Connecticut, and I hope you've gotten a sense of that by some of the images I've already posted in this video, you can find some really interesting urban industrial subjects as well. This type of photography is definitely not for everyone. I've really been exploring it just over the past year, and really I've had to get out of my comfort zone to find subjects that interest me that aren't your typical waterfall or fall foliage scenes. So I've driven around the state and I've explored areas of Waterbury, Connecticut, Bridgeport, Norwalk, Stamford, New Haven. These are obviously the larger cities. Each of them has an area that's a little bit more urban, industrial, gritty, and I try to create interesting images from subjects that most people don't find terribly beautiful. And I get that these images aren't for everyone, so please put comments down below with both positive and negative comments. But for me, it's been an interesting way to explore my creativity and try something different. So I hope you found this video to be helpful and useful. Again, please put comments down below with your favorite places to shoot in Connecticut. If you like this content, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to check out Milford Photo if you're in that area. And until next time.